What happens when you betray a Sigma female's loyalty? Let me tell you, it's a game changer. You see, a Sigma female isn't like everyone else. She's strong, independent, and fiercely loyal. But when someone crosses her, that loyalty can flip, and you'll see a side of her you never expected. Sigma females are rare. They don't follow the crowd, and they value their inner circle more than anything. For her, loyalty is sacred. It's not just given away, it's earned. So when someone betrays her trust, it's not just a mistake, it's a wake-up call for her to act. Stay tuned, because today we'll explore 9 powerful things a Sigma female will do when you hurt her loyalty. And trust me, you'll want to watch till the end. Each point reveals just how unique and resilient she is. Oh, and while you're watching, share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's build a community of strong Sigma females who support each other. Number 1. She will distance herself without warning. The first thing a Sigma female does, she steps back, silently. She doesn't need to announce her hurt or argue. She'll remove herself from your life like a shadow fading at sunset. No drama, no second chances. She doesn't believe in loud confrontations, emotional outbursts, or public displays of her pain. Instead, her reaction is quiet, yet powerful. If you've hurt her, don't expect a long conversation or a detailed explanation of what you did wrong. A Sigma female values her time and energy too much to waste it on someone who's already shown they don't value her trust. This distancing isn't a game or a ploy to make you chase her. It's not about manipulation or trying to make you feel guilty. It's her natural way of protecting herself and maintaining her peace. For a Sigma female, emotional chaos and unnecessary arguments are distractions she doesn't need. Rather than engaging in a back and forth to explain her feelings or convince you of your mistake, she takes the more effective route. She walks away. Imagine a shadow that disappears as the sun sets. That's how a Sigma female exits someone's life. One moment, she's there, loyal and dependable, and the next, she's gone, leaving behind an unmistakable emptiness. You might not even realize when she starts pulling away, but when you do, it'll be clear she's not coming back. Her silence speaks louder than any words could. This kind of quiet departure comes from her deep sense of self-worth. A Sigma female knows that if someone cannot honor her loyalty, they don't deserve her presence. She doesn't need validation from others, nor does she feel the need to explain her boundaries. By stepping away, she's making a statement. I know my worth, and I won't allow anyone to diminish it. Her decision to distance herself is also rooted in her independence. Sigma females are naturally self-reliant. They don't depend on others to feel complete, so walking away doesn't scare them. In fact, it's liberating. When she distances herself, she's reclaiming her energy, time, and focus. She's redirecting those resources toward things that truly matter: her personal growth, goals, and relationships that align with her values. If you've betrayed a Sigma female, don't expect her to give you a second chance. Her distancing is not temporary. It's a final decision. She knows that people who break her trust once are likely to do it again. By cutting ties, she's preserving her emotional health and setting a firm boundary. This is not an act of bitterness, but of wisdom. And here's the thing: when she distances herself, it leaves a lasting impact. You'll realize how much her presence enriched your life only after she's gone. That absence, that quiet void, is her. Point 2. She'll focus on herself more than ever. When her loyalty is broken, she redirects her energy inward. A Sigma female knows her worth, and instead of sulking, she invests in her growth, whether it's her career, hobbies, or health. When someone breaks a Sigma female's loyalty, her first instinct is not to dwell on the betrayal, but to turn her attention inward. She doesn't waste time trying to fix what's broken or questioning why someone hurt her. Instead, she asks herself, how can I grow from this? For a Sigma female, pain is not a stopping point. It's a catalyst for transformation. Sigma females are inherently resilient. They understand that setbacks and betrayals are a part of life, and instead of letting them define who they are, they use them as fuel to become even better versions of themselves. So, when someone betrays her trust, a Sigma female doesn't sit around feeling sorry for herself. She redirects all the energy she might have spent on that relationship into her personal growth. Whether it's focusing on her career, pursuing new hobbies, or improving her physical and mental well-being, she dives headfirst into self-improvement. Maybe she starts working on a project she'd been putting off, or takes up a hobby that brings her joy. Perhaps she begins hitting the gym with renewed focus, or finally signs up for that class she's always wanted to take. Every step she takes during this period is about proving to herself, not anyone else, that she is unstoppable. For a Sigma female, focusing on herself is an act of self-respect. It's her way of reclaiming control over her life. Instead of letting the betrayal define her narrative, she writes her own story. She tells herself, I deserve to thrive, with or without you. And she means it. This transformation isn't just about distracting herself from the pain. It's about building a life so fulfilling and meaningful that the betrayal becomes insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Her actions say, you may have hurt me, but you won't hold me back. This mindset empowers her to take bold steps toward her dreams and goals, steps she may not have taken otherwise. And as she focuses on herself, something amazing happens. She glows differently. The progress she makes, the confidence she builds, and the happiness she finds within herself radiate outward. People notice her strength and determination, and it inspires them. It's a kind of silent revenge, not because she seeks it, but because her success is a natural byproduct of her focus. Her ability to thrive in the face of betrayal is a testament to her inner strength. Instead of allowing herself to feel diminished, she becomes bigger, bolder, and better. She doesn't do it for anyone else's approval. It's purely for her own sense of fulfillment and peace. So if you think betraying a Sigma female will break her, think again. What it really does is ignite her drive. She uses every ounce of her pain to push herself further than ever before. It's her way of saying, watch me thrive without you. And thrive she will, on her terms. Does this resonate with you? Drop a comment and tell us how you turned your pain into power. Point 3. She'll set stronger boundaries. When a Sigma female experiences betrayal, it changes her in profound ways. One of the most significant shifts? She becomes a master of setting boundaries. Trust is something she holds dear, and when it's broken, it doesn't just leave a mark, it teaches her a lesson she'll carry forever. A Sigma female learns quickly from her experiences. Once someone crosses her, she resolves to ensure it doesn't happen again. This isn't about building walls out of bitterness, it's about protecting her peace, energy, and self-worth. Sigma females are naturally selective about the people they allow into their lives, but a betrayal takes this to the next level. When someone hurts her, she realizes that not everyone deserves access to her heart. Her boundaries become firmer, and she raises her standards for who gets to be part of her inner circle. This isn't about shutting people out. It's about making sure that only those who respect her values and loyalty can stay close. These boundaries might look like saying no more often, limiting the time she spends with people who don't uplift her, or cutting off toxic relationships altogether. A Sigma female doesn't need to explain or justify her choices to anyone. She knows that her peace is worth more than someone else's approval. When a Sigma female sets boundaries, it's not just about keeping out those who've hurt her. It's also about showing herself love and respect. She understands that protecting her time, energy, and emotions is an act of self-care. It's not selfish. It's necessary. By setting boundaries, she's making it clear that she values herself and won't tolerate anything less than mutual respect. And these boundaries aren't just reactionary, they're preventative. A Sigma female learns from her past and uses those lessons to navigate her future. Point 4. She won't seek revenge. When a Sigma female is hurt, you won't find her obsessing over how to get back at the person who wronged her. Unlike others who might dwell on revenge or spend their energy plotting payback, she knows that holding on to anger only keeps her tethered to the betrayal. Instead, she chooses to rise above it with grace and dignity. For her, revenge isn't just unnecessary. It's a waste of the valuable energy she could use to build a better life. The way a Sigma female sees it, there's no need to stoop to the level of the person who hurt her. She knows that engaging in revenge would only drag her into negativity and drama, things she actively avoids. Instead of focusing on how to make the other person feel her pain, she redirects her focus to her own happiness and growth. Why? Because she understands the power of moving on. To her, true strength lies in letting go and refusing to let someone's betrayal define her. For a Sigma female, the best revenge is simply living well. She channels her pain into self-improvement and personal success. Maybe she throws herself into her career, builds a new hobby, or deepens her relationships with people who truly value her. Whatever she does it for herself, not to prove anything to anyone. Her achievements become a natural byproduct of her resilience, not a calculated effort to make anyone jealous or regretful. By not seeking revenge, she also avoids the toxicity that comes with it. Revenge has a way of keeping people trapped in a cycle of bitterness, but a Sigma female refuses to let that happen to her. She's too focused on her own journey to let someone else's actions hold her back. Her ability to move on isn't weakness, it's a display of her emotional intelligence and self-control. This approach often leaves the person who hurt her. Point 5. The level up. The level up phase is where a Sigma female truly shows what she's made of. It's her signature move after being hurt. This isn't just about getting a revenge body or temporary motivation. This is about complete transformation. When a Sigma female channels her pain into power, she becomes an unstoppable force of nature. Think of it as turning emotional wounds into rocket fuel for success. You'll start noticing changes in every aspect of her life. That 5 a.m. alarm she used to snooze. She's now up before it rings, lacing up her running shoes. The gym becomes her sanctuary, not because she's trying to impress anyone, but because every drop of sweat feels like releasing old pain and building new strength. Her workout playlist hits different now. Each rep, each mile, each workout becomes a statement of her resilience. But the physical transformation is just the beginning. Watch how she approaches her career with renewed intensity. That promotion she was hesitant about, she's now gunning for it with laser focus. The business idea she kept in her notes, it's now becoming a reality. Late nights at the office aren't about escaping feelings anymore. They're about building her empire. She's not just working harder, she's working smarter, taking calculated risks and making power moves that surprise everyone around her. The most fascinating part, her entire energy shifts. There's this new magnetic aura about her that people can't quite explain. Her fashion game elevates, not because she's trying to show anyone what they're missing, but because she's dressing for the woman she's becoming. Her smile carries more confidence, her walk has more purpose, and her presence commands more respect. She's not glowing from being in love. She's glowing from falling in love with her own potential. This level-up phase isn't about spite or revenge. It's about rediscovering her worth and potential. The person who hurt her unknowingly gave her the greatest gift, a reason to push past her comfort zone. Every closed door becomes a... Point 6. She'll cut ties completely. When a Sigma female decides she's done with someone, it's not a decision she takes lightly. Loyalty is one of her most defining traits, and she doesn't give it away freely. But when someone betrays that loyalty, there's no going back. For a Sigma female, cutting ties is not about anger, revenge, or bitterness. It's about self-respect. She knows that staying connected to someone who has hurt her only prolongs the pain, and she values her peace far too much to allow that. This decision to walk away is often firm and final. Unlike others who might linger in a toxic relationship for closure or hold on to the hope that things might change, a Sigma female sees no point in dragging things out. Closure to her isn't something that someone else can give her. It's something she creates for herself. She understands that keeping people around who've betrayed her loyalty only gives them the opportunity to hurt her again, and she's far too wise to make the same mistake twice. When a Sigma female cuts ties, she doesn't make a big scene. There are no dramatic confrontations, no long, drawn-out goodbyes. Instead, she quietly removes herself from the relationship, whether it's romantic, platonic, or even professional. To her, actions speak louder than words, and her departure sends a clear message: I deserve better, and I won't settle for less. This isn't about being heartless or unforgiving. A Sigma female is deeply compassionate, but she's also realistic. She knows that forgiveness doesn't always mean reconciliation. You can forgive someone in your heart and still choose to let them go. For her, cutting ties is a way to honor her boundaries and protect herself from further harm. Once she decides to end a relationship, she doesn't leave any room for doubt. She won't keep you around for nostalgia or convenience. She won't respond to late-night texts or calls from someone who's suddenly realized her worth. To her, cutting ties means closing the door completely, locking it, and walking away without looking back. This level of decisiveness can be surprising to those who don't understand her strength, but it's a reflection of how much she values her self-worth. It's important to understand that this isn't an easy choice for her. A Sigma female doesn't give up on people easily. She likely gave the person multiple chances to make things right before deciding to walk away. But once she's reached her limit, that's it. There are no second chances, no "let's try again." Her decision to cut ties is permanent. By cutting ties, she's not only protecting herself, but also making room for healthier, more fulfilling relationships in her life. She knows that holding on to the wrong people only blocks her from finding the right ones. So, if a Sigma female walks away, don't expect her to come back. Her departure is her way of saying, Point 7. She'll rise stronger. Every betrayal a Sigma female experiences doesn't break her, it builds her. While betrayal can be devastating for many, a Sigma female transforms it into a source of strength. She sees adversity as a challenge, a chance to grow and prove to herself that she is capable of overcoming anything life throws her way. In fact, the pain of betrayal becomes a stepping stone for her resilience, sharpening her focus and determination like never before. When someone hurts her, it's not the end of her story. Instead, it becomes the beginning of a new chapter, one where she takes charge of her life with even more confidence. The Sigma female doesn't just survive, she thrives. The betrayal that was meant to tear her down fuels her inner fire. She doesn't waste time feeling defeated. She channels those emotions into something meaningful. Whether it's achieving personal goals, excelling in her career, or becoming stronger emotionally, she uses her pain as motivation to level up. Think of a phoenix rising from the ashes. That's exactly what a Sigma female does. When everything seems to crumble around her, she rebuilds herself, stronger and more focused than ever. And this transformation doesn't happen by chance. It's a conscious decision she makes to prioritize her own growth and healing. She knows that setbacks are temporary and that what matters most is how she chooses to respond. Instead of letting betrayal define her, she uses it to redefine her purpose and direction. This resilience isn't just about bouncing back, it's about becoming better than before. A Sigma female takes the lessons she's learned from the betrayal and applies them to her life. She becomes more mindful of who she allows into her circle, more aware of her own boundaries, and more determined to create a life that aligns with her values. The hurt she experienced becomes a teacher, guiding her to make smarter decisions and build an even stronger foundation for her future. Her ability to rise stronger inspires those around her. People see how she turns adversity into opportunity, and they can't help but admire her strength. She becomes a role model for resilience, showing others that it's possible to face pain and come out on the other side even stronger. The Sigma female doesn't just recover, she evolves, becoming a more powerful and self-assured version of herself. What's truly remarkable about her journey is that she doesn't let bitterness take root. While betrayal can leave many people stuck in anger or resentment, a Sigma female focuses on moving forward. She understands that dwelling on the past only holds her back. Instead, she lets go of the negativity and uses her energy to build a future that's brighter and more fulfilling. So, if you think betrayal will leave a Sigma female broken, think again. What was meant to hurt her only makes her more resilient, more determined, and more unstoppable. Every setback she faces is a setup for her next success. Does adversity make you stronger? I'd love to hear your stories about how you turn challenges into opportunities. Let's chat in the comments. Point 8. She'll be wary of second chances. For a Sigma female, trust is sacred. She doesn't give it lightly, and once it's broken, it's nearly impossible to restore. While some people might offer second chances easily, a Sigma female takes a different approach. She doesn't believe in risking her emotional well-being by reopening doors that were closed for good reason. A Sigma female values loyalty too deeply to allow betrayal to slide. She understands that trust is the foundation of any meaningful relationship, whether it's with a friend, partner, or colleague. When that foundation is cracked, she knows it's unlikely to ever be as strong as it once was. To her, giving someone a second chance means taking a gamble on her peace of mind, and she's not willing to take that risk. This wariness doesn't come from bitterness or unforgiveness, it comes from wisdom. A Sigma female learns from her experiences. If someone has already shown her that they can betray her loyalty, she knows they're capable of doing it again. Rather than falling into a cycle of hurt and disappointment, she protects herself by moving forward without that person in her life. She understands that some mistakes can't be undone and some relationships can't be repaired. When faced with apologies or promises to change, a Sigma female doesn't respond with naivety. She listens, but she doesn't let words outweigh actions. She's deeply intuitive and can sense whether someone's regret is genuine or simply an attempt to win her back. Even if the apology is heartfelt, she often chooses to prioritize her own well-being over giving someone a second chance to hurt her. Her reluctance to give second chances isn't about being cold-hearted. In fact, it's the opposite. It's about valuing herself enough to recognize when a relationship no longer serves her. By holding firm to her boundaries, she demonstrates immense self-respect. She knows that giving a second chance to someone who broke her trust could compromise her emotional health, and she refuses to put herself in that position. This doesn't mean she's completely closed off to the idea of forgiveness. A Sigma female is capable of forgiving someone in her heart, but forgiveness doesn't mean reconciliation. She believes you can release the pain of what someone did without inviting them back into your life. Ultimately, Her wariness of second chances is her way of safeguarding her peace and protecting her heart. She doesn't dwell on what might have been or what could change. Instead, she focuses on building a future filled with relationships that are healthy, supportive, and aligned with her values. Point 9. She'll inspire others with her strength. A Sigma female's journey after betrayal doesn't just end with her own growth. It becomes a powerful source of inspiration for those around her. Her ability to turn pain into power is something that others can't help but notice. The way she handles hurt with grace and dignity sets her apart, showing that it's possible to overcome life's challenges without losing your true self. When someone betrays her, she doesn't crumble under the weight of the pain. Instead, she stands tall, using the experience to fuel her resilience and inner strength. Watching her navigate through heartbreak or disappointment inspires people because she does it in such a unique and empowering way. She doesn't let the betrayal define her, and she refuses to let it make her bitter. Instead, she channels her emotions into building a better version of herself, stronger, wiser, and even more independent than before. Her ability to rise above adversity becomes a beacon of hope for others who are struggling with their own challenges. Many people might feel stuck in their pain or unsure of how to move forward, but a Sigma female shows them that it's not only possible to heal, but to thrive. She teaches them that they don't have to let betrayal or hurt control their lives. Her story becomes a testament to the power of self-respect, boundaries, and determination. One of the most inspiring aspects of a Sigma female's journey is the way she maintains her authenticity throughout it all. She doesn't try to pretend that the hurt didn't affect her, nor does she deny the lessons she's learned. Instead,